Hey Nat. Hey Tracy. So, I'm just going to quickly finish off some water changes and everything, and then I'll get into like all the nitty gritty and what we're going to talk about on the live. I just got to top up a few more tanks. I will get back over at the camera in a second, guys. Got to quickly fill up these two tanks over here, and then I'll be back. But thanks for popping in early. Don't forget to give us a like on the live. And if anybody here who's in our Discord is here, please could you share the link over to the Discord. Awesome stuff, Nat. Glad you got your order safe. I was a bit worried with all of the like bad weather and everything all over that it might have been delayed or something, but that's good that it's there already. So move this a little bit. Yeah, we're nearly there, Tracy. Nearly at the first 1K, which is awesome. I didn't expect us to get there this quick. So hopefully it's the start of good things to come. Right, I just need to fill up a couple of these tanks quick, so I've been tinkering today. Obviously, you know me, no fancy stuff here right now, so I've got to do it all manually, so. Enough of that. It's just a helicopter, dogs, relax. How's everyone's day been? Was that a good one? Okay. Hello, Tracy. Well, there's two Tracys here. Snails are all good, they made it fine. Whether they survive on pea puffers are another thing. New laser cutter? That sounds cool. Okay, what I'll do is if we wait until we got maybe like 10 people here, just make sure we got like a good core of our community, because then the word can spread when you guys talk to each other and everything. But what I kind of want to speak about is a little bit of a roadmap for the channel and the content we're going to be doing in 2026. Maybe some goals for us as a channel, so that everyone knows what to expect. Yeah, we've got two Tracys. Two Tracy's with an E. I got some new shrimp yesterday. So I've just been trying to stay on top of making more videos, doing content, editing stuff for the website and the business, because obviously I haven't got any work at the moment. So I've just been trying to make the best use of it that I can for the channel, whilst I don't have a day job. So yeah, making the best of a bad situation, which is all we can do really. But these shrimp I got, they're called Gold Line shrimp. Should we quickly show you? So I got two of them. They're weird. When they swim like they're fish. I've never seen them before, so I'm going to learn all about them and do some videos on them. But I thought, okay, cool. It's a bit different. It's not like your usual fancy Carradina that I do. So I thought, yeah, let's give this one a go. More of a clear shrimp, more of a wild type. Thought it might be a bit more interesting for those of you that are maybe getting a bit bored of all the colourful ones. Apparently they're just called a gold spotted shrimp. I got the Latin name in my pictures on my phone, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was yet. Still need to learn about it. Okay, right, let's quickly need to top this one up a little bit as well. I think this is probably as many people as we're going to get for now, so I'll start talking about everything I wanted to talk about in a moment, because I don't want to keep you guys waiting for ages. Let's get the last bit of water in here. Okay. Yeah, to be fair, there probably are some people overseeing Adam. It's inevitable, like with how many of us there are in the scapegoats. there is going to end up being times where we end up going live at the same time as each other by accident, but that's all right. Okay. You are, Tracy, you are here. Okay, so basically I kind of wanted to, let me just let the dogs out because they're just going to be at the door otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to turn the music down a tad. What I want to talk about is kind of like a roadmap for the channel and what we plan on doing over the next sort of 6 to 9 months. So the channel here on YouTube is growing way quicker than I ever expected it to, which is an absolutely amazing thing. Like I knew I'd probably have a bit of a head start because of doing TikTok for a while, but yeah, the YouTube, I'm really happy with the way it's going, and I kind of just want to let everyone know what you're going to be in store for the rest of the year content wise and what we're aiming to do. So the first thing is, I think we're about to hit 1K. So I think it would be fair to say in the next 6 months I'd like to get the channel to 2K. So and maybe an end of the year goal of 4K subscribers here on YouTube, and I think we can do that. And like, you guys have been amazing supporting all the content so far, and I hope you've been enjoying all of it. And I know a lot of it is aimed at maybe more so beginners at the moment, but I hope there's still a couple bits you've been able to take away from those videos. But I've been really enjoying it so far, and yeah, the only way is up. I'm going to keep making more content. I'm going to try and find a few more bits to add to the sort of rotation of the type of videos that we're doing. But if you've got any feedback on any of the stuff you've been seeing, if there's anything you think I could do better, if there's anything you think I'm missing the mark with, please, by all means, feel free to tell me about it. Hey Dan, how you doing? Thanks, Tracy. So yeah, the channel roadmap, and specifically this is more so for YouTube, and I will briefly touch on TikTok as well whilst we're talking about it. I'm looking for us to get to at least 25k on TikTok within the next 6 months, and I'd like for us to get to 50k on TikTok by the end of the year, and I think we could probably do that. We're at about 13.1k on TikTok at the moment, so we did basically 1,000 followers a month last year, but since we hit 10k in the middle of November, we've had like about 3,000 followers since then, which is really cool. So hopefully we can push the channel even harder this next 12 months and get to that 50k mark over there too. So at the moment, our YouTube channel, there's sort of 3 core pillars that I'm focusing on, and everything that I'm doing on the channel kind of fits into these areas. Dan, I am looking forward to watching that rice fish breeding project, because hopefully I can take away a few bits from it for my rice fish tank. How you doing, Jay France? So the 3 core pillars of content that I'm focusing around on our channel is shrimp and freshwater tanks. So that's talking about the Caradinas, the Neo-Caradinas, then your sort of oddball species that I'll pick up here and there. And then we'll try and keep it beginner friendly, but hopefully sort of as the channel goes on, we won't lose the beginner stuff. We'll always cater for beginners, but as the channel evolves, as I learn more as well, I'll be able to start delivering more intermediate and advanced stuff to you guys too. So we should be able to have stuff for everyone of all sorts of levels in the hobby. We got a rare project that's coming up in that for a rare shrimp. So I've picked up, some of you have seen these guys on TikTok, but we picked up some orange eye black rose neo caradinas. So there's going to be a bit of a focus project around those guys at some point this year. So in particularly, it's going to be sort of a project that's going to have maybe a few parts, will take quite a while to film. But we're going to be playing around with the genetics of shrimp, trying to get those orange eyes into different colours from our blacks. So that'll be a really interesting bit of a mad scientist sort of series for us to go through together. One of the other pillars is obviously our saltwater reef. So our nano reef project that we got going. That's going to be like a really slow, lengthy process. That series might actually be going even next year. It's something I'm still learning about. Obviously, you don't want to rush it. It is a slow process, but it's going to be very rewarding, and it's going to be really cool to be able to, at the same time as learning things myself, showing you guys the things that can go wrong, the things that can go right, and just a true representation of the length of time it will take to go through all of that. So like it's not going to be a perfect reef. It's a real journey, if that makes sense. And then our third pillar is always going to be sort of our planted tanks and our aquascapes. You know I love to do a good aquascape. And that's going to be sort of kicked off for this year with the final part of our high-tech tank. So I've got two things planned for the 80-litre high-tech tank that's going to take it to that next level of high-tech. And you'll probably find there won't be many other tanks on YouTube or anywhere that are going to be as high-tech as that tank. That's the idea anyway. Does depend on a few things, but one thing that is already set in stone, I'm just waiting for the date for it to arrive, is going to take that tank to a next level anyway. As for the saltwater reef, there's probably still another 4 parts of that to come. In the summer, if you want some other strains, I can talk you out some eggs. That sounds good, Dan, to be fair. That does sound good. Loving the marine tap, by the way. Not really my cup of tea, but really cool to see. Do you know what? I don't know why I never did marine before. 12 years in the hobby, never touched saltwater. And I can't leave it alone now. I'm absolutely loving that tank. I can see how people get addicted to marine tanks. I really can. So, talking about the marine tank, obviously we're at a point now where I'm filming part 2. Part 2 is not really a massive surprise as to what's going on. Because we're waiting for a soft coral shipment from Coral Vault. So, part 2 is going to be really heavily focusing on soft corals and the process of adding soft corals to a tank, how to care for them properly, what they sort of need and require. We're also going to be talking about salinity, how to measure salinity and how to adjust your salinity in a reef tank. We'll also be touching on anemones, and also we're going to be touching on wave makers and circulation in a tank. So there's a lot that we're going to fit into that part 2. But I mean, further down the line, there's another collaboration for some livestock. I don't want to spoil what that livestock is, but that's going to be another part. And then further down the line, when the tank's a lot more mature and everything's balanced, there's going to be the option of us looking at SPS and LPS corals. So to those of you that aren't marine keepers, there's 3 really sort of, well, you've got 2 main types of coral, soft and hard. And then in hard, you've got SPS and LPS. So SPS is small polyp stony, and LPS is large polyp stony. And those are some of your harder to keep corals, and they require a lot more messing around with dosing the tank and everything like that. But that's something that we can do further down the line too. So that's going to be good. So you're looking at probably 5 or 6 parts to this marine series, and it's not going to be something that is out every week. It might not even be something that's out every single month. This could be like a maybe one episode comes out every sort of 8 weeks thing, because it is such a slow process with marine, but it's something that will be a mainstay on the channel for a while. And then, like I said, we've got that obviously Orange Eye Black Rose Neocaridina project that we're going to be doing. And then aquascape wise, so I'm currently in talks with a company called WIO. That's WIO. So WIO, they're like a European company. They do some really nice tanks, really super quality aquascaping tanks. They do a bunch of other things as well, like aquascaping supplies, some really nice rock, boulders, and things like that. And what we're planning to do with WIO, if everything goes through as we're hoping for it to, is a shallow Iwagumi style tank. So that's something to look out for as well on the channel. It's going to be really cool if we can go ahead with it. I touched on it in TikTok, Natalie, but I'm not going to repeat it again. But yeah, I did touch on it. I'm okay for endless, thank you, Tracy. I've got nowhere to put them. But yeah, we are really good. Poppy, part 2 is going to be amazing. But yeah, so that's kind of like all of the main projects that I've got in the pipeline for the next sort of 6 to 9 months, I would say. So I mean, there's a lot to do. There's a lot for us to get out. I'm going to be aiming for roughly probably 1 solid video a week. I hope I can hit that. I want to be able to hit that for you. But it's all about how much free time I have, I guess. But I will do my best to get 1 solid long form video out a week. And then do like some TikToks and some shorts here and there in between. So like sometimes it will be a series episode, sometimes a standalone educational video. So there might be some things in there in between as well, like the best plants for Neocaridina shrimp. Maybe like the best foods, my feeding routine. So you might get, like we put the video out yesterday, the shorter 10-minute video, just detailing like some tips and tricks for Neocaridina. There'll be a couple ones like that in between. By the way, did you see my video on making rice fish spawning mops? We're going to make an improved version, to be honest, but might save that for a video. Save it for a video, Dan. Definitely save it. I haven't seen it myself. There's a lot going on there I'm looking for. Yeah, absolutely. So I haven't actually unlocked memberships for YouTube yet. I am. Let me quickly. I'll have a look over at our YouTube studio now. So we're at 953 subscribers. So we tick that box off. But for us to unlock memberships, we need 3,000 public watch hours. And I think I'm only at about 1,500 right now because our YouTube channel is quite new. So I've only got about 7 videos on YouTube. So yeah, we've got 1.4k watch hours. So I'm halfway there. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks or months, we will have unlocked that. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Natalie. So yeah, there's loads to come. I've got loads of stuff planned, and like I said, there's going to be stuff in between that are smaller videos as well. Like I said, best plants, my feeding routine, maybe like a species spotlight on a type of shrimp or a type of caridina, like a specific, like maybe boas or black fancy tigers, and a bit behind the history of them. Thanks, Tracy, appreciate that. So lives here on YouTube, I'm probably not gonna do a massive amount of lives on YouTube. I think on YouTube lives will be more so, maybe I'll do one once a month. And it'll be like a follow-up to maybe one of our bigger series videos. And it'll be just if there's anyone that had questions about what they watched in the video, they wanted to touch on anything a bit more. Maybe just catch up on some in-between progress on the tanks between the videos. then that's something that we can do here on YouTube. And it would be more so of just like a check-in on the content we've already got out there. It'd be quite different to how we do the lives over on TikTok. But out of shrimp, reef, and planted tanks, so like out of the saltwater, the shrimp, or like aquascapes and stuff, what do you guys want to see more of? Yeah, absolutely, Nat. So I want to try and have a library on our YouTube channel so that you can basically come onto our channel and search for anything to do with Neocaridina or Caridina shrimp, and there will be an answer for it. So I will almost sort of collect every question that we get in the lives, on comments and everything, and almost have like a video answer to each one of those, so that people can have like a reliable place to go to when they're coming up against something they don't know the answer for. A belly of an army. So Sulawesi shrimps, you don't really want to use tap water if you can help it. You still want to use RO water, and then you have a different set of remineralization chemicals to your soft water Caridina. You have these, I think they're called salty shrimp or something like that, and that will adjust all of the parameters of the RO water to what the Sulawesi need. But I would heavily recommend using RO. Thank you, Tracy. Do you know, a lot of people say that. I don't know what it is. Is it the southern accent? Yeah, absolutely, Natalie. And Tracy's, you guys are awesome. So, yeah, what were we saying? Out of like the shrimp style stuff, the aquascaping, more sort of our flashier videos with the aquascapes, or the saltwater content. What sort of stuff would you guys like to see more of on that? More marine. I think you were the first person to do the 78 litre first wave. Am I? Interesting. To be fair, it's a fairly new tank, because they released the 48 litre earlier this year, and the 78 litre didn't come out with it alongside it straight away. It came out a little bit later. So yeah, maybe I have caught it just at the right time, which is ideal to be one of the first doing videos on it. I didn't even think about that, Poppy. One of my American viewers said I sound like the Queen, which made me laugh. Very engaging, learn easier, quite a soothing voice. Well, that's good to know that I don't have an annoying voice. Whereabouts are you, Poppy? Whereabouts in the country are you? Really not. Where's Frampton? I don't really know anything north of London, to be honest with you. Northampton, okay. I'm pretty sure Maidenhead Aquatics, if you've got any of those near you, I'm pretty sure they've got a deal on with TMC to supply TMC tanks. I see the 78 litre. Before I asked TMC for it, I actually saw it in the Maidenhead near me, and I measured it to see if it would fit on my rack perfectly, and it did. That's why I ended up going for that one. Hey, old time, you okay, mate? They've definitely got them back in stock now, Poppy, 100%, because I saw them getting delivered to my local Maidenhead literally this week. They had like 2 or 3 come in on the pallet. So now might be a good time to try. So, just for anyone that missed it, I'm going to quickly run back to the start of everything we were talking about and just rattle through the roadmap a little bit quicker this time. Just for anyone that wasn't here. So obviously we want to go for 2K followers, 2K subscribers on YouTube 6 months from now. So when we're here in June, it would be awesome to be saying we've hit 2K. That would be amazing. That would be my mid-year point that I'd want to be at, and then I would want to be at 4K when we're here next January having the same conversation. How you doing, Dying Star? You okay? Barely Even Army. And found your channel due to the video with Fish Shot Matt. Awesome stuff. Matt's a really good bloke as well. Awesome content. Awesome guy. Love working with Matt. Ara Water is off budget for now. Maybe start with Neo Caradina, Palmata, white ones. Belly of an Army. Do your local fish store not sell it in barrels? So I can buy a barrel of 25 litres of RO for about £4 at my local fish store. And then once you've initially got the tank set up, a 25 litre barrel can last you like a month, even with 10 plus tanks if you've got nano tanks, because you're only ever topping it up. Guppy for Water Lotus in my pot. Nice. So, where was I? Yeah, 2K by June, 4K by next January. That's where I want our channel to be at, and I think we can definitely do it. We've been growing a lot quicker than I thought we would, and I'm pretty happy with how we're getting on. TikTok wise, 25K is where I'd like to be. I think we can do that. Like I said, we're already at 13.1K, so we're halfway there already. So we've got a year to do another 12,500 followers over on YouTube. I'm on it, Nat. So I know there's more stuff in the pipeline. It's just getting our schedules to marry up and making a video that suits both of us being there, rather than making a video for the sake of both of us being there, if that makes sense. Like, we don't want to make a video together just for the sake of being together. When, do you know what I mean? Like, if it comes up and Matt's like, oh, there's a cool project that would actually work for both of us, cool. But if I said, Matt, oh, come and be in this video, and there was no real reason for him to be there other than the fact that I just wanted Matt in the video, then it wouldn't come across as natural and flow as nice and everything, if that makes sense. But Matt's a busy man as well. Matt's a very busy man. You can imagine, like, he's doing so much stuff. And like, I'd love to be where Matt is in a couple of years' time. So fingers crossed we can get there. It's funny actually, because when I first started doing this, it would have been last December. My very first live on TikTok was last January. So New Year's Day 2025 was the very first time I did a live broadcast on TikTok, and that was kind of the start of the content creation. And I only had about 1,000 followers then. I didn't do YouTube. I had a really small following on Facebook, and I just started an Instagram account. And back then, I'd see Matt's videos and I'd watch Matt's videos and I'd be like, oh, man, like, this guy is, I would love to be doing what this guy's doing. Like, this guy's amazing, like proper look up to him, role model and everything. And then 6 months into me doing TikTok and stuff, Matt started showing up in the lives and everything. And like, obviously, I live near Matt. When I used to buy fish when I was younger from the Maidenhead, and he was working in there, I used to have a conversation with him and stuff, so I knew who he was. But like seeing him do all the content and everything when he started doing it, I was like bit of an idol, if that makes sense. To think that come August, September, I'd be doing videos with him at Aqua, sitting down and having lunch with the guy. And then by Christmas, we've done videos together. And yeah, mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. I don't feed my shrimp bloodworm, no. So, back to the roadmap for YouTube. So like I was saying, there's 3 main pillars I'm focusing on for the channel at the moment, and that's shrimp and freshwater tanks, the nano reef, so our saltwater journey, and then aquascape and planted tank projects. What did you say, Dying Star? Where are my shrimps? Sorry, mate. Which one should we put you on? Should we put you on blue steels while I chat rubbish? It's been a journey for sure. Come on, focus. You can do it. You want to see the shadow pandas? Go on then. Go on then. Tell you what, I'll get a little bit of food in there so they come out. What's the quality looking like for you guys right now? Because it looks really blurry on my screen. Okay, cool. So, yeah, 3 main areas of videos you'll be seeing, like I said, was the saltwater series, more stuff on freshwater tanks and shrimp, and then every now and then we'll have like a nice aquascape or planted tank sort of style video. So we've got maybe four or 5 more parts over the next year or so for the saltwater tank. We've got 4 for the high-tech planted tank. So that will be a real special one because there'll be something that I don't reckon anyone else on YouTube will have what we're putting on that tank. And it will be cool to show you. And then we've also got a couple more I missed one actually. So one of our tanks, I'm going to be breaking it down and we're going to be making a black water tank. So like a really heavy tannin stained dark water tank. Probably have next to no plants in there. Maybe the plants will be only coming out the top of the tank. So that'll be a really cool one as well. And like I said, the shallow Iwagumi, that's the main. Obviously, you know what I'm like, guys. I love doing a good project, and I take on multiple ones at the same time. But I think it's good to have a few projects going on at the same time so that we can rotate between videos and have something interesting to watch rather than being stuck on the same series and getting a little bit bored of it. But the shallow Iwagumi is going to be awesome if it all materializes. Hello, Adam, mate. You okay? Yeah, of course we can, Poppy. seeing as you asked so politely, I will be happy to oblige. Right, let me just get some of this stuff out of the way, because I was right in the middle of maintenance before I turned the live on, because I didn't pay attention to the time. I'm terrible for that. I'll set myself like a time to go live, and then start doing like maintenance or fiddling with the tanks, and then I look at the time again and I've got like 5 minutes to get ready. Do you know what? Right, let's go back out to... Where's the zoom? There we go. Absolutely not. So you can't really see it because the way I did lives, you can never see it properly, but I've actually got this plant here already. Oh, that one's been sat in the water a bit too long, but I've already got that Marble Queen philodendron popping out the top of it. So we'll do a bit more stuff like that. But I'm tempted because I've got a Thai Constellation Monstera. I'm tempted to take a cutting from that and use that too. But yeah, so that'll be quite cool. Right, marine tank. So I'll give you guys like a little behind the scenes update. So some of you might not have seen these, they're not in the video. These are two corals that were like in a almost dead part of the shop, and I picked them up for like a £5, and I'm trying to revive them, and so far they're reviving pretty nicely. So that's an orange bush coral, and that looks like a devil's hand soft coral. And then another thing that I've been hiding in the videos, because I want to do it in the next part, but there's something called green star polyp back there, and I've glued it to the back of the glass because that can grow on the back piece of glass. It will grow on a hard surface. If I were to put it on the rock, it can completely overtake the rockwork, but if I put it on the glass at the back, it can grow and cover the glass, and then I don't need a background. So at some point it will just be neon green, and it will move with the flow of the water and everything. It'll be really cool. We've got I built like a little zoa garden on this rock, so I'm just waiting for them all to grow in. And I'll probably add a few more different types, so we've got a nice selection of zoas on there. And I'll be doing the same with this rock here in the front. I'll put maybe 1 or 2 types of zoa on that, and just have like a little mini zoa rock. See, the feather dusters are doing great as well. Peppermint shrimp is, I don't know if you can see him, he's just in there. Pulse and Xenia, growing nicely. Probably one of my favourite corals again. That's isolated on a rock, because if you had it on your main piece of rockwork, it will overtake the rock. It will just go wild, and it will outgrow everything else. So that's isolated onto its own little rock, so we'll just have a nice bush of it. But I love the way that it opens and closes its polyps. It's absolutely mesmerizing. I sit here and watch it for ages sometimes. Yeah, love that. Absolutely love that. Another coral. Oh, just quickly, look. Shelton John's out. You can just see him there. That's our emerald crab. There's our regal damsel. And I don't know if all of you saw the... Oh, you would, if you've seen the video, you would have seen the firefish. But we did have a strawberry dotty back, but it was bullying everything in the tank. And that's why we were never seeing the peppermint shrimp. And since we changed to the firefish, everything's coming out more, everything's happy. This down here, that's a coral that you wouldn't have seen probably very often. So I think it's called a Redactys mushroom coral. I think it's Redactys or Redactyl. something like that. I'll find out the proper name. I was naughty. I shouldn't have got these yet because Coral Vault are sending me corals. The Zoas were just kind of to test that the water was safe for corals. These guys were so cheap that I just wanted to see if I could save them. So I've not been putting these in the videos, I'll be honest. They've been behind the rock when I've been doing the other videos because I promised Coral Vault the collab. And I'm just too impatient and filled with ADHD, and I see something and I want to get it. So I will still give Coral Vault the spotlight because they're sponsoring us with a bunch of corals. But I did have to get this one because I just liked it so much. The GSP at the back and the Pulsing Xenia, Taunton Aquarium Centre actually gave those to me for free. So I was happy to take them. I may have also... You guys can't share my secrets, okay? That's gonna get hidden. Okay? That doesn't exist. You've never seen that before. That's not there. That is an LPS coral called a Duncan. Again, the tank. Some people would say that the tank is not ready for hard coral yet because of the age of it. But then parameter-wise, the tank is sound. So you can see like all of the new coralline algae coming in. So the tank parameter-wise is in a place that's fine, but you would just... Obviously, there's so many ways to skin a cat when it comes to tanks. It's the same with freshwater, it's the same with saltwater. But you will get people that are purists that will say that it's way too early for that and you shouldn't do it. But yeah, basically, I had a gift card from Mantha for Maidenhead Aquatics. And I saw that and I was like, oh, I really want it. But we also picked up a rock flower anemone. Now again, some people say anemones, you shouldn't have them in for 6 months. Other people are saying if your parameters are stable, then you can get them in within 6 weeks. So we're at like week 8 with the tank now. And really, I mean, I've started filming this, putting this one in here for part 2. And the whole point of the video is sort of debunking myths, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And I'm happy to take that risk and see if you can actually keep them before 6 months, because the whole point of the video is I will make mistakes and find out what you can and can't do so that you guys, when you come to it, if you ever decide to do marine, know what you can and can't do, because you've got the evidence there in the video. And I can say, so yeah, you do need to be careful, but it can be done. Or I can say, no, I was wrong. You do need to wait longer because this does happen if you don't wait. So we'll find out. It's doing really well so far. It's been happy. It's been eating. If I turn the blue... I love that mushroom under blue light. It looks amazing. So does the Duncan. And even that anemone. Oh, it's just caught something, I think. I think it's eating. Turn the white light back on. I think it's just caught something to eat. Started folding itself in like it was trying to reach its mouth. Yeah, Duncan's nice, isn't he? He's not fully extended his polyps back out since I got him yet, but I'm sure he will do. But this is quite like a tame coloured rock flower anemone. Like, you can get them way prettier than this. But the rock flower anemone have a symbiotic relationship with sexy shrimp. So sexy shrimp will host these guys. So I'll probably get another one that's a better colour, because you can have more than one. And then obviously Duncan, he'll get a bit nicer. He was lovely when I got him in the shop. He just needs to get properly happy again. He's only been in since yesterday. And then that mushroom there as well, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got another mushroom growing on the side of it. So that's cool. That one's doing well. But that's your update on the marine tank. That's where we're at with everything. We're just literally, the next point we're at is waiting for the soft corals from Coral Vault, and then I can start filming part 2 properly. And then TMC are also sending us a wave maker. So we'll have a nano wave maker to help us with flow on the tank. That's right, Poppy. Old Ton, I kept my stony corals in a 2-month-old tank, had them for years. There we go. That makes me feel way better. So, I think I kind of covered everything that I wanted to talk about on the live today. Thanks, guys. Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? That's one thing I noticed is there was not a lot of like beginner videos. Obviously, Matt did one. And I guess I kind of copied Matt a little bit without meaning to, because I've gone for the bigger version of the tank that he used. But I just really wanted to do it myself as well. And I thought, well, I'll end up doing it anyway, so why not film all of it and do it with you guys too? See you later, old time, mate. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy shopping. I suppose content-wise, on YouTube, obviously I'm waiting right now for filming part 2 of the saltwater tank. He didn't use live rock like me, actually. Yeah, correct, Poppy. So I suppose in that respect, it's a bit different. And actually, yeah, while we're still talking about that, before I move on, Adam's about to do a marine tank as well. So Adam 7 Fish Tanks, I'm sure you guys know who Adam is. Me, Adam, Matt, Jay, and the other Adam are all part of it, and Alex, we're all part of the Scapegoats. So, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so you probably would have seen me doing stuff with Adam before. But Adam's going to do it as well. And it will be interesting to see Adam's method of doing it, because each one of us, there's going to be similarities between what we do, and there's also going to be differences between what we do. So it will be cool in a way, because we'll go from having not that many videos for beginners in saltwater to suddenly you've got Matt, who has got a vast amount of knowledge and knows how to set it up like perfectly from a dry start with no live rock right through to like a absolutely thriving reef. You got me, who's got zero experience in it, learning as I go. And then but I've used like live rock and done it slightly differently to Matt. And then you got Adam, who's about to do it his way. He's got no marine experience either, but he's going to do it in a slightly different tank too. He wants to do it in a cube tank, so it is going to be interesting. If you end up getting some torches, the flow from the wave maker will be... Yeah, I definitely want to get some torches. So, Yeah, so we're waiting for coral shipment. So I can't do anything more really with the marine tank right now. And then I'm also in the process of trying to empty the blue diamond tank so I can get the orange eye neos into that tank. So that is a process that I'm going through at the moment, but I need to sell off the rest of that colony through our store. I'm waiting for the parts for the high-tech tank, so part 4 won't be out until those parts are there. And then I'm waiting to hear back from Wio to whether they're going to work with us for the shallower Bagumi scape. So we got a lot of projects, but I can't really do anything with them right now. So here's where you guys come in. What would you like to see in the meantime? What sort of thing would you like to see to bridge the gap between all of our major series? Because it could be a little bit before we have the next video for any of our major series that are ongoing at the moment. So I'd be interested to know what sort of thing you guys want to see from our channel going forwards, sort of to slot in between. This is the blues tank, Tracy. There's loads of baby ones in there, so I got to wait for them all to grow big enough to be able to ship them all off. What have I done with that? I'm terrible for losing stuff, and I can't remember for the life of me where I've put the algae scraper. I can't see it anywhere either. What on earth have I done with that? That's half of it. Where's the other half of it? Okay, Tracy. Will do. Oh, did your shrimp come today? Or did they get delayed? One second, we can sort that dog out. I'll definitely talk about fragging corals in the future. That'll be like probably much further down the line when we're talking about sort of maintaining corals and keeping your corals under control so they don't outgrow your tank and stuff like that. I've only recently discovered shrimp last few months. I don't actually know much about them, so how about something on where they come from, what wild variants are like, their breeding cycle? Absolutely can do that. Tracy, they should be fine. They should be fine. If they're not, I'll send you replacements because that's my fault for sending them when the weather was that bad. I should have waited. So if they arrive, just any that are, if they arrive and some of them haven't made it, just tell me how many of each one, and I'll get more out to you. But I reckon they'll be fine. Because the heat pack that I put in with them was good for 40 hours anyway, and then they're in a thermo insulated box on top of that as well. Right, what on earth have I done with that? I'm so ADHD when it comes to stuff like this. Where did I put it? Probably staring me in the face as well. Come on, algae scraper, where are you? Not there. Not there. Not there. Have I scraped any algae today? Is the question. Yeah, I did a little bit of filming in Taunton Marine Centre. 2 seconds. Dogs are doing my head in. In your bed. Sorry, just barking at my daughter's hamster like an idiot. So you got Taunton Aquarium Centre near me. They were happy for me to film. So I'll go back and have a look in there. But the shop that you saw me filming when I was doing the first part of the marine video, that was in that store. I really need to find this algae scraper. Where on earth have I put it? I really need this. Where is it? Oh, Ems. What's wrong with you, man? Ah, got it. Right. Found it. Ah. There's these orange eye. By the way, is the video quality a lot better here than on YouTube? Not YouTube, than on TikTok? Interesting. So, I think we're kind of done with the live over here on YouTube anyway. We laid out what we want to do this year. We've had a quick look at the shrimp and an update on the marine tank. I am going to be going live later on TikTok. But let's head on over to Adam's TikTok and I'll chat to you all there. Definitely, Tracy. I'll message you about that. I love having a good trip as well. I do need to start doing like some more shop tours and everything. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you spending your time here, catching up with us about what's to come this year. I'm going to head over to TikTok and watch Adam 7 Fish Tanks live, and then we will be live on TikTok later on this evening as well. So catch you all later or over there.